Hello to all of you. This is our sound check. Hello to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and even good night, because all our partners in the different countries of the world. My greetings. I feel a bit nervous as I'm not a frequent speaker at our international webinars. Therefore, I would like to apologize from the very beginning if I do something wrong. Next slide, please. My name is Dina Klimanova. I am a leader manager under the Evorich affiliate program, co-owner of the global investment portfolio. I am a graduate of the Master Profit training course and the head of the support department. And today we have a lot of interesting things. We will walk you through the Evorich back office. This is our agenda for today. Link to register your Evorich personal account, completing profile details and verification documents, opening and functioning of cryptocurrency wallet, top up the UGPay personal account, elite club annual discount description, purchasing a package of World CIU, and opening and verifying a global UnitPay account. Next slide, please. Evorich is a UGPay partner, and today we will talk about this. Next slide, meanwhile. Where to get a link to register in Evorich back office. So I will tell you why we recommend to give a link. Look, you can give your link from the tools of a partner, or in the left after your avatar, there is a referral link. You may share it with your new partner and register him. If you invite him to UGPay project, why we recommend and advise Evorich, as in Evorich there are a lot of training packages that could be of high use to our new partners. Next slide, please. Look, the most important thing to remember is when you introduce new partners to your structure, help them to register in a proper way in the Evorich back office. So navigate or walk him through in a stepwise way what to do to register, to complete all his details. You click profile and it scrolls down and you complete all the details, and then you submit the documents for the verification. And you must show to your partner the way to open the tab UGPay back office. Next slide, please. It's very important to remember that we have a lot of different options to top up our wallets, and there is an important trend, very popular by the way, that is cryptocurrency. Therefore, open up a cryptocurrency wallet at Binance, Coinbase, or Unitex, depending on the legislation of your country. Next slide. This is our UGPay back office. I will explain to you how you may top up in UGPay. You go to your wallet. In the left, you will find the button Pay, and there are three options: through Global Unit Pay, through Bitcoin, and Visa MasterCard. But Bitcoin is received a bit faster than all the other options available. The annual subscription for the elite club. Well, we recommend it for the packages of above 1,000, and we have the single time subscription and with a discount. And please explain your partner where to buy the subscription for the elite club, and you are to do it with your partner. Look, when there are some promotions and you buy some single purchases, you are accrued bonuses. But if there are no promotions, so the elite club offers good bonuses. How to enter the elite club? Go to UGPay, and in the left you will find elite club. You press, click, and scroll down. Next slide, please. And here it's very important to understand that when you don't take your partner in a stepwise way through, and he is a newcomer, he can make a lot of mistakes. He may buy the subscription for the elite club, but with no bonuses attached, because he can make a mistake and he will fail to buy a package with the elite club attached. Look, when you enter the elite club, what should you do? You enter the elite club, then you go to the World CIU packages, and in the left you will get a tab, single purchases and a purchase with a discount. When you are in the elite club, click package with a discount, and you will see all the packages and percentages offered by the elite club. And now, hopefully, I was not very fast while walking you through. And the next part of our webinar is to open and verify in a global UnitPay account. And the next speaker is Marshall Niyonzima. Marshall, the floor is yours. Marshall, are you with us? Marshall.
Hi. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I was still muted. Good morning. Good afternoon. Thank you, Dina, for taking us through what we need to do in our back office. First of all, before I move any further, I would like to just check the sounds as usual. If you can hear me, put a plus, and if you can't, just put a minus. Let's see if you can hear me properly. Okay, brilliant. I can see people can hear me. So I guess many people at the moment, they're just busy with the exchange. I can see there is not a lot of turnaround, but hopefully they will be listening to the recording. My job today, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step guide again, how you can open and how you can successfully verify the Global UnitPay account. Yes, is that something you're looking for? I mean, how many of you who already have a Global UnitPay account verified to go? Just put a plus if you are verified. Put a minus if you are not verified in Global UnitPay. Okay, I can see plus. Okay, that's great. Right, so if you have in your team some people who have been struggling with this, so I'm going to take you really a step-by-step process. I see some minus, which is good. So then you will be able to see maybe where you went wrong, or maybe how you can do it better this time. Okay, I will try to go as slowly as possible. If I'm fast, please do let me know. Okay, my name is Marshall. As Dina states, I am a member of the Ambassadors Council. I am a vice president. They put as I'm a president, but you know, I take that. So I am going there next. I am also a graduate of Master Profi, and also I was a coach, and I am a business coach and entrepreneur, and also a speaker. Now let's go to the next slide, please, in all the languages. Okay, so now you can go, the way to visit the Global UniPay at the moment, you go to www.gtinet.ch, okay? CH because it's like in Switzerland, it's a company that is based in Switzerland. So like if you're in the UK, it's .co.uk. If you are other countries, tend to be like that. That's a domain name you need to access. You need to type in your web browser, and then you will get access to this. And the next thing you need to do is to click open account. Okay, you click open account, pretty much straightforward. When you click account, let's go to the next slide. You will be presented with this screen here. Okay, now the first part, you need to go to put your first name. Make sure your first name is the same as it is in your passport or in your ID, which you're going to show later on. Okay, so you put your first name as it is appearing on your documents that you're going to use for verification. Yeah, you understand? It's very important because we have seen some people who change, they put the surname in first name and they put the first name in the last name space, and then the document show otherwise. So that can create issues. So make sure it is like for like. Okay, and then you go to the email. Now this is important. Okay, it's important that you put the same email as the email you have used to register in Evorich. Okay, this is important. Why? Because it will allow the system of Global UniPay (GUP) to connect. Okay, to connect, to link. They call it syncing with the back office of UGPay Group. Okay, so this is important because if you don't use a different email, it will be very difficult for Global UniPay to link together with your back office in UGPay. So yes, so this is very important. And then also make sure your password, the password can be different. So the password doesn't have to be the same as the one in Average, but it need to be a good, strong password, a mixture of uppercase letter or capital letters, whatever you call it, and some special character to make it a bit difficult. And you need to understand that a child who is under 18 years old cannot create an account with GUP. Okay, this is why you have to take the box to say that you are certified that you are 18 years old or more. So please don't go on Global UniPay to try to create an account for your children who are under 18 years old. It is not possible, that you will be rejected. Okay, and then you will be wasting a lot of customer support time if you do that. Okay, because you cannot do it. Okay, make sure you tick and make sure the person is 18 years old or more. Okay, the next box you can see there is the one that say that I am not a robot. Now, why this is a normal web standard, security standards, to just make sure it is not a bot that is completing this form, because technology has advanced and some people can put software which can fill in the forms automatically, and you have people who are not really people in the system. This is to make sure that you are a real person. Okay, you have to tick this box for you to move to the next point, which then you can see this button that says create an account. Once you fill the names correctly, double check it to make sure it's all corresponding to that, and you just need to click create account. Yes, understand so far? Are you with me so far? If you are with me so far, just put a plus. If you think like I'm going too fast, put a minus. Okay, I'm just waiting for your feedback. Okay, great. Okay, so now let's move to the next slide. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So now once you click create an account, you will be taken to this page, okay, where you will see this, and straight away it will be saying your account is not active. Please verify your account. Now, if, for example, for any point you are not taken there, you can see there is like on the right hand side, top right hand side, an arrow that is kind of going down. You click on it, you will see profile. You click on it, it will take you here, but automatically it should take you to this one. Now what you need to do, you're going to verify the account, because if you don't verify your account, you won't be able to access anything with this platform. So what you need to do, you need to go to my profile, click the blue button that says go to my profile, and when you click on that, you'll be taken to the next page. If you can move to the next slide, please. You'll be taken on this page here, right? Now, just take note of this, okay? The first is number 1, number 2, they're all numbered, okay, in order of sequence, okay? And you need to do in order of sequence. The first one that will be highlighted in blue, basically, when it's highlighted in blue, that means that's what you can do for now. You need to do that first step first, okay? You are not allowed to just go through all of this in one go. You have to do first one first, complete it, and second one second, etc., etc. Because I've seen people who have said, I am verified, and then when you check their account, it's only their email which has been verified, but they are telling you that they have been fully verified, right? So email is just one of the process in the verification process. You're gonna see different type of step-by-step you need to do. And so you click the blue highlighted button, say verify email. When you click on that, then you will be taken, you will be sent an email, okay? Now if you go to the next slide, now you will see this one. So, and then there will be like a notification that's telling you email verification instructions has been sent to your email when you register, when you click this verified email, and then it will say check your spam folder or request another email. Now, if you don't see the email of activation in your main inbox, okay, that means the email probably has gone to the spam box. So before you click this button that say resend, make sure you check your spam folder, okay? So your junk mail, you know, some box shows junk box, some shows spam box, okay? Make sure you double check in there, because sometimes it goes there. And if it's not there, then you can resend, request another email, activation email to be sent, and you click resend, and it will send it to you. Now let me show you, let's go to the next slide, show you how the email will look like. Once you click verify the email, and then you you know, the email will be sent to your email, and you will receive an email like this one, okay? Make sure you check the no reply at gti.ch in your spam box to make sure it's there or not, okay? Now, once you've done that, it says, in order to successfully continue using Global UGPay, please finish email verification process. So it's important that you click on this link here, okay? All right? You need to click this link here. It's important in order for this email to have a green tick that you have been verified, okay? Right? Understood? This is pretty much straightforward. Now, the next step, if we can look to the next slide, please. Now here, once you've done that, once you click that email, it will take you to this page. You will go back again to your back office, and it shows you like, okay, you have successfully confirmed your email, and next to the email verification, you should have a tick box that say verified. If you still show processing, that means you have to wait, you have to be patient. They are looking to it, okay? Don't panic if you just show processing. That means the verification team is going through that, all right? And then the next step, you can see as soon as you got the green tick box next to email verification, you see now the blue button for verifying the step number 2 to verify your phone number. It has been active now, okay? So now that means you can see that you cannot go to complete identity verification until you have done this too, okay? So what you need to do now, the same way you did with the email verification, what you need to do is click the box, click the button that say verified your phone, okay? Now, make sure when you put your phone, I always recommend to put an international code like For the UK, it's +44. For Russia, it's +7. For Switzerland, it's +41, etc., etc. You need to look in your country with the phone number you have, which you can have access. That is, you have international when you fill the phone number plus something or 00 something. Okay. Now, as you click the verify your phone, you will be taken. You will be sent a text which you will need to confirm, okay, via your SMS. Okay, if we go to the next slide, please. So you'll be sent a code on your SMS. This is why it's important to make sure the phone number that you put is not a fictitious number. It is a real number which you can have access to. Okay, you'll be sent a code which you will need to confirm, and once you confirm, you will receive an email to say that your phone number has been added. Okay, like this. You receive an email like this. Okay. All right. So now, and then it will take you back to the back office again. If you go to the next slide, please. So now you can see it's step by step. So you verify your email. Now you verified your phone, and the next step, it will open the identity verification. Okay. Now this is where a lot of people got wrong, and I want to take a little bit of time to explain a little bit. So pretty much the same way you clicked on you click on a blue button, you can see next to identity information, which is the step number 3, you click the blue button that says submit information for your identity. Okay. Now, if we go to the next slide, once you click this button, if we go to the next slide, you will be presented with this type of information, exactly like this we see. Now, apart from the picture that we have shown you here, so you will see this type of screen, okay? And you can see it say welcome, so you are on the welcome page, and you can see the next step will be identity check, where you're gonna check your documents, and you can see the next step is where they're gonna ask you to fill the personal information, and then once it's successful, the last step is that's where it shows success. So every step you will go, this button should turn blue until the steps. Okay. So, but you can see the blue button again. The hint here is that any button that is solid blue, like this one, that's what you can click on. Okay. And we have seen so many people who take a copy of their document, and they try to Photoshop it to make it more clear because their picture, it was not clear, and they try to Photoshop it. Don't do that, because the software is a lot of it's intelligent. A lot of software, they are made with AI. They will pick up all those little things. So do not try to Photoshop any of the original document. Just make sure you take a clear picture, go somewhere where it's very clear, good lighting, and then take a clear picture, or ask somebody else to help you do that. Don't try to upload a document which is fake or photoshopped, because what you're doing, you are limiting the chances of you getting a successful registration. Do you understand? So take your time and make sure the document is really valid. Preferably, I know that it will give you an option for ID. Okay, the next step, when we go there, you will see ID and passport, but I will recommend to use a passport if you are some countries. To me, everybody should use a passport. If you don't, make sure you start the process of requesting your passport, okay? And then you get passport and you can get verified with the passport, okay? There are some countries that with their ID verification is okay, it goes through with no problem. But if you have verified using the ID and it was rejected because the ID is not accepted, try to start the process of looking for your passport. Imagine this is like your investment in yourself of your passport, which will allow you the opportunity, once you make all this money, to be able to travel wherever you are. Okay, it doesn't matter if you never traveled before, you will be able to travel now because you have the means. So try to look for that passport. Imagine this is an investment in yourself. Okay, so once you've done this, you can see it give you a warning. It said, before completing verification, please make sure first your webcam is working. So test it. If you're using a phone, make sure your webcam is working. If you're using a computer, make sure you have a camera on your computer. Make sure it is working, okay? These are the two. You can see the tick you need to do. And once you're ready, you click on that blue button that says start verification. You understand? Now, when you click start verification, if we go to the next slide, you will be presented with this screen here. Okay, you'll be presented with this screen. You can choose identity card and or passport. Now I know some identity card has been have been rejected, but remember one thing: the company, the global pass that does all this verification, they don't know how diverse our community are. Okay, they don't know any of this. This is a standard procedure. Some ID cards in Europe or in first world countries, they are accepted without a problem. Okay, some identity card in third world countries or more, they're not accepted. That is not a fault that our company, this company, Global UGPay, we have given the verification process to a third party who is credible and that many countries accept as a solid company to do this type of verification, because this KYC, know your customers, for the banking license, for anything to do involved with the bank, they don't accept any providers. Okay, they will give you sometimes different type of providers where you can choose from, and you can't just bring anyone. So when you see that they have been difficult, it is nothing to do with us. It is not our customer support. Don't be rude to our customer support people, because it is not them, okay, who are doing this. It's another third company which is credible, which is a good partner, which is make sure that we will never be in trouble just because we let some people who don't supposed to have a bank card have their bank card. Do you understand? So this is a way to protect also our company, to make sure if we do get audited, they can see that everything has been done properly. Okay, now how can you help yourself to don't fall for this? First of all, make sure you get a passport. This is not a rush. Don't try to rush. Okay, don't try to rush and submit any just other documentation. So you can do the process of getting the passport. So that's the number one. Don't rush and do this stuff. Make sure you get passport. Once you get a passport, you can just do this process like I was just explaining. Now, if you are in the first world countries, what the bank systems class as a first world countries, then you know that your identity card might be accepted. Then you can do identity cards or you can do the passport. But there are some countries, even the first world countries such as US, so I've seen partners who have been rejected the ID or they submitted driving license, which is used as like an identity card in many countries. But that one is not acceptable when it comes to bank. You cannot present just your driver's license and you won't be able to open a bank account. Okay, even in your own country, sometimes I don't think they accept that. All right, so make sure you select a document, okay, and make sure you see where it says anything that you see with an asterisk, like with a star next to it, it means it is a mandatory thing that you have to fill in. Okay, every passport, every identity card, you will have a number, a document number. So you need to make sure you type here exactly as is shown. And then once you finish that, click the button that says I confirm my identity. So you are confirming that this is your identity, and then you will be moved to the next point. And the next point, this is where here it is very important. Okay, this is important, and many people doing it wrong. Again, there is a instruction step by step. You can see where it says number 1 and number 2. Okay, just read a little bit. Okay, say record yourself. This step is about you recording yourself to make sure that you are the real person. Okay, the number 1 says facing the front for a few seconds. So you just do like this for a few seconds. Okay, and then number 2, then to the right, then to the left. So what you do, you face like this. Okay, and then you do like this, and then you do like this. Yeah, all these 3 movements shouldn't take more than 10 seconds. So you do like this, then you do like this, then you do like this. Okay? After that, it should be fine if you do that. If you didn't go through, repeat again, but doing it nicely. Is very, very simple process. Though what most people goes wrong here is that their camera is not very clear, or is in the dark, or you have somebody else in the back, or you have some other kind of images in the background. So the software is detecting something else, okay? So make sure it is somewhere it's only you that the camera is seeing. So it's very important. That's why you find it difficult if you're doing that and somebody's passing by, the software will be confused and we just reject it. Just make sure it is you by yourself. But before you do that, so you click start a video recording. So just make sure you understood these 2 steps before you click that button that says start video recording. So once you're ready, you understood, you click start recording, and you will see this person here showing you an example first, okay? Or yeah, like I just shown you, and then you just do that first, and you just do to the right, and you just do that to the left, and that's it. It should be okay. You understand? Okay. Now let's move to the next slide. Once you move to the next slide, now they have checked your facial recognition, that your face, okay, we see who that person is. Now they will ask to use your device or to upload the document of your your passport or your ID with the picture. Now, because most of the people don't have a really good camera, okay, what I would advise is to take a picture with whatever device, take a picture with a phone or something, and then have it on your phone. If you're using a computer, take a picture, send it to your computer so that you have it ready on the desktop or whatever, ready to upload. The option of taking a picture, because people are not doing it right, they're doing it everywhere with the camera, it is not, I wouldn't advise you to do it unless you really have a brilliant camera and stuff like that. So I always advise people to use the option of uploading the photo. Okay, see this one with a plus here at the bottom left with upload photo. You click on that, it will ask you to upload that document. You have taken a picture of your document and you just upload it. This one tends to be really nice. And once you're happy with it, you just click next, and you'll be taken to this next slide. So if you can move to the next slide. Now this next slide, now you are at the point where you need to confirm your first welcome, and then second, where they were giving you those information, and then you put your identity check with the video playing, and now you're going to identity check with the document. The first welcome was for you to do the camera, and then identity check, you have uploaded the document, and now you're at the step of personal details. Now you need to put details that are matched in the document you have submitted. Okay, it's very, 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 very important. Okay, now here you say your personal details. Are you a Mr.? Are you a Miss, or whatever? Okay, you can just put it there and put a date of birth as it is appear in your document. Okay, just put it exactly as in your document. So given names is like a first name. Okay, surname is your surname, and nationality here you need to select, because I've seen some people, for example, who have uploaded. They have 2 nationality, for example. They uploaded, they selected nationality here, but they upload a passport of a nationality of another country. So this will be confusing. Okay, you will be rejected. So make sure the document you submitted is exactly the same nationality says as on the other on the other passport. Once you've done that, this is a pretty easy step process, and you just go next. As once you got next, if we can move to the next slide, okay, you will also be given on the same personal details where you can confirm your address. Okay, here you put your address. If it's number 2 road name somewhere, you put it where you say address here. Okay, as it is shown on your resident permit. For example, if you uploaded some resident permit as a proof of address, or the city as is indicated, or whatever proof of residence or an address or proof of address you're going to provide, make sure the address matches. Okay, make sure the address matches, because you can have a driver's license, for example, which have a separate address, and then your actual bid's address is different. Okay, so make sure you write exactly as it is. The postcode or the zip code, you put it there, and the country as a resident, your country of residence where you live. Okay, the country where you was born, it could be different to the country where you are resident, because you can be from India, for example, but residing in Italy, or you can be from USA residing some country in Europe. Okay, so you need to know a country of residence is where you live and you have a resident permit there. Okay. Okay, so then once you're happy, you go next. It will take you to the next slide. If we can move to the next slide. And then now you will be then, remember, the button of next to the proof of address will never be active or until you complete all those informations. Yeah, until you complete all those information correctly. And then you have the button next to proof of address. Now you are ready to upload the proof of address of where you live. Now, if you have done exactly the same details to the proof of address you're going to provide, things should be okay. All right, there's a button. You click this submit files first. Once you click submit file, if we can move to the next slide, you will be presented with this screen like this. Now, some of the information we have put on the top to show you what kind of things you need to provide, right? But you can see proof of address, provide one of the below proof of address. Okay, document. Utility bill, it could be electricity, it could be telephone bill, it could be gas or water bill. It's one or the other. Okay, it's not all of those, it's one or the other. So, or you can provide a bank or post office saving account if you do have those kind of stuff, or you can provide documents issued by the government. So for example, if you have a resident permit, which resident permit, you have your address, you have where you live, etc. You can also upload that. But make sure the address you put on your resident permit, it corresponds to the information you put to the prior screen. Okay. And the important here, you need to put either an original PDF or a JPEG format, right? Okay. Now, all bank statement pages, if you have a bank statement, you submit a bank statement, you say 7 pages, make sure you take a picture of those 7 pages and make it as one PDF document, and then you just upload it. Okay. Now, just remember also, this is important. Make sure that the document you uploading is no more than 10 megabyte, because this is mega. If it's MB more than 10 megabyte, it won't upload. Okay. What you need to do is to make sure that there is a lot of software online. If it's a PDF, you can type in Google PDF resizer or something like that. PDF resizer, and then you see software you can do online. You upload your document, it will shrink it or 50% or something like that, but it will still be a good quality picture. Okay, good quality document. And then once you're happy that you have it, you need to attach the document. But it's important that the document is not older than 2 months. Okay, the document from the date you submit your document, it should never be more older than 2 months. Make sure it's within that period. Okay, and you can add some comments. It's important. For example, if you're submitting a document that you think is out of the ordinary, or for example, if your permit it doesn't have a date, expiry date, or things like that, just put a little bit of comment so that the people who does the KYC can see, it can make sense of it. All right. Once you submit all of these, the submit details button, it will become blue. That means you can click on it and submit, and you just click submit. Okay, submit details. And once you submit details, it will show like processing, because it doesn't get verified automatically, like the phone number or that, like the telephone number. This you have to go to the real people. They have to check to make sure everything matches, everything is in order. So this is not a software that's going to do that. It's going to be real people. Okay, and then the next thing that you need to do, if you can put next slide, please, admin. So this is the slide I was explaining, that next to the proof of address, you will have processing there. Okay. The next thing that you need to do is to make sure you submit the individual form. Okay. This individual form. Why this individual form is important? Because we are dealing with the banking system. Banking system, they need to know that this person is legal, is paying their taxes, etc. In case government bodies request some information, okay, the company will provide those information, because in order to operate against the anti-money laundering, against those all the other stuff, they have to be transparent. Okay, so this is why it's so important that don't get upset if you don't get verified, or you don't want to provide all this information. You won't be able to have access to this one. Okay, it's going to be your own choice. If you choose to want to have access to this one, you need to be transparent. You need to give information. Otherwise, you will be rejected. Okay. Now, this individual form, country of residence for tax purposes. Okay. Now, let me explain to you why this is important. And many people just put any country here. Okay. Now, country of residence for tax purposes. You could be living in one country. You could be living, for example, in Portugal, okay, and paying taxes in the UK. You could be living in Dubai, paying taxes in the UK. Do you understand? You could be living in Russia, paying taxes. I don't know, whatever. You could be living in Dubai, paying taxes in Russia, or you could be living in Switzerland, paying taxes in another country. So this is different. So if, for example, for a scenario where you live in Dubai and paying taxes in the UK, here when you say country, you should put United Kingdom, because this is a country of residence for tax purposes. Okay, this is to do with tax purposes. So you don't put here UAE, you don't put Dubai, because it is not where you pay taxes. Yeah, do you understand the difference, guys? Yeah, just put a plus if you understand the difference. So this is the country where you pay taxes, where you legally pay taxes. Okay, good stuff. Right, okay, so now in here, this is information about you, the fund, about your source of funds. But before you do that, you need to confirm on the right hand side. You see, I confirm that I am only indicated states residence for tax purposes. So you need to take yes, okay? And here you need to put taxpayer identification number. Now, in every country, you've got tax identification number, all right? So in the UK, we have something we call UTR, and some country, they have some called NIF, NIF, okay? And in each country, you have a tax identification number, which you need to put here, okay? You need to put that one. But if you are a US citizen, okay, residing in another country, US, South Africa, and some other country, they are the country, it doesn't matter whether you don't live in that country or not, you will still pay taxes in the US or in South Africa. Whether you live anywhere else, it doesn't matter, you still pay also taxes in that country for all the income coming from outside, okay? So you need to specify your TIN, tax identification number, here if you are a US citizen as well. So here, if for example you're a US citizen living in Switzerland, for example, you have to put taxpayer identification number here on the left from Switzerland, and also you have to put a tax number identification from the US, because you still have to also pay tax. So you kind of pay double taxation here. All right. All right. So now if we go to the next slide, once you've done with this one, you will go to the next slide. You're gonna go to the next page. Now this is important because this is where you're gonna prove the source of your funds. Where are you going? Where are you gonna get from? Where are you going to get the money that you're bringing into the system in order to do whatever you want to do, in order to top up or be able to buy W crew or whatever reason that some more start, or to buy a card. You need to justify. It need to be clear for anti-money laundering kind of rules. You need to show like where do you need to indicate where you're gonna get the money from, okay? Because here they want to stop anti-money laundering. And this is every single banking system or any institution that's to do with financial system is regulated. They have to do the same. They have to do this kind of stuff. You know that when you open an account in your country, a bank account, they will ask you all this information, okay? So it is not unique here. So here it is important. These are the two things that we will recommend for you to do, and you need to pay attention. Either state salary or state self-employed, right? And it could be both. Some people, they are salary and also they're self-employed. In this case, you need to tick both on the left-hand side, okay? And then also on the right-hand side, occupation, you just put employed or self-employed. You have to tick. So on the left, you can choose multiple, because some people can have a job at the same time being self-employed. It is possible. And then also on the right-hand side, you have to pick which one is the main. Okay, is one or the other, because you can tick only one radio button there. Okay. Now, if we move to the next slide. Now here it is a reason. You need to give a reason or why you're opening this account. Why are you opening this bank account? When you go to open a bank account in your country, they will ask you why you open this bank account. They will ask you, okay? So this is to show here, you need to indicate the purpose of why you're opening this account. Again, there's two things that we recommend people to do if you want to have an easy verification, if you want to have a very easy process without too many questions asked. You tick the box of household expenses, because it's for family expenses, for example, and then you tick the box that say personal expenses for your own personal use. And when it says please specify the purpose of opening an account in your own words, what you just have to say is for family and personal expenses. That's it. You're just confirming the boxes you have ticked. Okay, so you're just confirming it. And on the right hand side, you can see customer account with other banks. Now this is important. This is important if you're going, for example, you are a person living in Dubai, and then you have and then you are also a resident, tax resident in UK. So you probably have a bank account in UK and your bank account in Dubai, for example. Okay. Now, whatever if your situation, you just need to figure out your situation. I'm just giving an example. So here it's important that you put all the banks, like the bank's name, at least two, okay, or where you will be able to move money from to here. So if you're because if you put only one bank, which is in Dubai, for example, and later on you decided to send money from your bank account from UK, there could be a decline somewhat. You could be refused because you did not specify that this bank could be one of your bank accounts. Okay, you could be questioned about that. So what you do, for example, you put the bank name, the main bank name that you hold, okay, your current account, and you put the country. So for example, in the situation I just gave you, if I hold a bank account in Dubai, I will put that bank name over there, and I put the country like UAE on the right hand side as a country. And because I have another bank account in the UK, I can put the bank account that I have in the UK, and I put country as United Kingdom there as well. Do you understand? Yes? Do you understand? Because I've seen many people who have been confused, but the second option is an option, okay? But if you have more than two accounts, and then you know you're going to use it, so it's better to suggest it. It's nothing else. There is no any other suspicion. There is no they're not going to be looking into your bank account to see how much money you have. No, this the whole purpose to know, okay, this person has already told us they've got a bank account in this country. Therefore, when you send the money, they don't question it. There's not too many questions they can ask. Do you understand? Has everybody understood? Just put a plus if you understood this bit, because it's crucial, it's important. If you understood, put a plus. If you're still confused, just put a minus. Yeah? Okay, it looks like everybody understand, which is great. Now let's move to the next slide. Okay, the previous one is where you indicated where, you know, the bank, where what the purpose of the money, etc., etc. That's what we just, where the money will be, you know, the banks, etc. But now we need to specify what kind of regions of countries that where your money will be coming from on this one, will be received from. So if you send the bank, if you send money from, you can send the money to Switzerland, they need to know, because there are different rules for different countries, okay, where the money is going to be coming from. So is it going to be European Union? Because if it's European Union, they have a good relationship with Switzerland, and it's very easy. Even though Switzerland is not part of the EU, it is part of the European Economic Region, okay? So they make it easy for people living in those countries without too many questions asked, okay? If you're in the European Union, you can, if, for example, a person who live in Dubai and they have an account, they're also a resident in the UK for tax purposes, you can tick European Union, because UK, I mean, it's not in the EU, but it's going to be part of the EEC. And you need to also tick other, and then here you need to put the region of UAE or whatever other country you are in. Okay, so but this country, please note that this country you put here must match the country of your current account. Okay, so they must match, the country you're gonna put here must match the country where those bank accounts you put in previous slide from. So like in this situation, I was telling you Dubai in the UK. So here, European Union, you tick, that's cover for the UK bank account, and the others, UAE, that will cover the bank account you put from Dubai, for example. Okay, and then monthly turnover of funds in accounts. Now, remember, you have said that you are employed, and you have said that you could be maybe self-employed. The average really that we recommend, without too many questions asked, okay, for the turnover in your account is to select either the 1,000 to 5,000 euros a month, or the 5,000 to 10,000 euros per month. This is a recommendation, but if you are getting more than that, you need to tick a number that is relevant, but you might be asked more questions. So be prepared that you might be asked more questions to prove that, okay? If there's nothing wrong, if you're happy with it and you are ready to prove it, please choose any other that are relevant. But most of people will fall under the 1,000 to 5,000 or the 5,000 to 10,000, okay? And on the right-hand side, you can see this is now country where the money will go. So the first part is where the money will come from, so which means deposit from, okay? This is where you are topping up, okay? You are topping up from somewhere to come into Global UniPay. The second part on the right is where the money is, now the money is in your GUP, where is it going to be sent to? Say, for example, to connection to withdraw. So if you want to withdraw, okay, if you want to withdraw, where is this money going to go to? So what bank account you want the money to be going to? That's the right-hand side. So the money country where the money will go. So country which fund will be transferred. So if you want to withdraw, okay? Here now, same example of Dubai and the United Kingdom. If it's same, you can send it to any of those. So you give yourself an option. You have to do what is advantageous for you for your tax purposes, okay? You can choose European Union again, or an UAE, for example, and you have to, if you put others, you have to put in a box whatever that country, that region is, okay? You have to write it down, okay? And then here underneath that, you can see where it says, will you first deposit to your account exceeding 15? Now, anything that exceeding 15,000 euros for first time, you will be asked questions. You have to prove, because for anti-money laundering, you have to prove that, okay? So if you don't plan for your first, again, this is only applied for your first deposit, okay? For your first deposit, like if you deposit, if you, I would advise people to put no, and I wouldn't advise people to put as much, more than that, for the first deposit, because again, if you do, be prepared to provide proof of where that money is coming from also, okay? If yes, you need to indicate, if you tick yes, you need to indicate the source of your fund. You write it where the fund is coming from, and be prepared to be asked the question where, of the proof of that. Yes? Do you all understand that? Yes, yes, Harish. You can put only one account. That's no problem. The second option is just optional, okay? It's optional. It's optional. But it also gives you more option if you, for example, you don't want the money to come in the situation I gave you, UK and Dubai. You don't want the money to come in the UK account alone, and you can decide to give it for the option in the UAE. Okay. So now, if we move to the next slide, okay. If we move to the next, yeah, if you want to add another bank account, you probably have to go through other verification again to verify this, or maybe you ask a support, and they might be able to do something for you. But it's not something that you can just add again quickly without the support. You have to go through that process. Okay, so now in this next information, this is very important. Okay. Now, there is some people who are not politicians, okay, but you might have a name that is similar to the person who is a politician, okay, and there's so many names, they look similar in many countries all over the world. Many countries, many names look similar, like in the UK, so many countries look similar surnames, and Africa and Asia, and pretty much everywhere, really. Okay, so here you put a no if you're 100% sure you are not a politician. We are not allowed in Switzerland. They don't allow to open a bank account, an international bank account, for politicians. So if you are a politician in any way or related to any politician which is close family, okay, you need to tick the box that is relevant, but unfortunately, you won't be able to be allowed to open a bank account straight away. There probably will be other solution, but this is something that's going to be done on individual basis. Okay, pretty much the same. Who are in the countries where they are on a blacklist and they have sanctions. They have economic sanctions. Those people will be looked individually in their situation, but they're not going to be part of this process, which is quick process, which is done easily and quickly. But if you are a politician or any other kind of stuff, don't despair. There could be other option that will be open up for you, and then you will be looked into individually. Okay, so you need to tick one of these boxes. Okay, so as you can see, it's very straightforward. Do you or your close family members or associate or entrust or during the past 18 months, okay, entrusted with prominent public function in the European Union. Okay, so now if you was a politician in the past and then you stopped it, so you just tick no because you're now within the 18 month. Okay, it's anything that happened within the 18-month period where you was a politician, you was exposed or you was closed, you have a closed member within the 18 month, then you can just select an option that is identified. Otherwise, is a no. So no, it will proceed. It will move you to continue with the verification process. So you can see that each one family members, you've got a number like a 1, associate, you've got a number 2, and at the bottom here you can see where it explains what they class as a close family members. So close family member can be a spouse, a person with whom partnership has been registered. So for example, if you have created an account together with somebody else who's that can be also a close family, or it can be a parent, it can be a sibling, it can be children or children's spouses, right? All this, what you can see is considered as close family. So just make sure you go through all these details to check it properly. Now, if we move to the next slide, now this is why you'll be going towards nearly the end of your verification process. It's where they ask you, okay, they're trying to make sure that this person is completing this form. You need to make sure it is you who are completing the form. Nobody else is acting on your behalf. Okay. That if in case if somebody else is acting on your behalf, you tick no. You have to fill the questionnaire of the ultimate beneficial owner. Okay, so this is you're gonna be complicated. So you need to they will send you a form after you take this one, but make sure you complete it yourself. Okay, make sure you complete it yourself to avoid any delays or any issues later on. Once you tick yes, and then you need to tick this box to confirm the statement is a true statement that you are the one. Okay, or if you tick no, you confirm it that you have completed the questionnaire that is correct. All right, and once you've done, you just click submit document. Okay, you just click submit document. Now, yes, do you understand this so far? Just give me a sign that you understand it so far and you're still with me. I'll try to go as slow as possible, but at the same time, I bear in mind of the time. Okay, just put a plus if you are still with me and if the instructions are clear. Okay, so a person is asking if we can have an account in a country that we don't reside. Yes, you can. Like for example, the example I've given you for Dubai. You are a resident in Dubai, but you have a tax residency in another country. So you're allowed to have because you pay taxes in that country. But if it is a country where you are not physically resident in and you don't have any other ties there, either you pay taxes there or not, then you can't because there is not any link, there is not any ties. Okay, please go back to this video. And when I was giving the example of Dubai and the United Kingdom, and you will understand clearly why you can have those two. But if there is not any tie, then you can't. So if you are in the UK and then you manage to go one country at some point, because some country they allow you to open a bank account without you being there, without you having any ties, then you can't use that one because there is not any relation, there is not any ties to you. Okay, so then you can't. All those countries that you put in the previous, you have to be exactly the same. You cannot put a bank account where you did not say a country. Okay, you need to mention that country in the previous slides. That if you was here with me at early stage, then you will see. Otherwise, if you are late, go back to those the video, the recording. Somebody said, can we register an account in India in rupees? I'm not sure about that, but I think it needs to be an international. I think I'm not sure about that one. It needs to be like a country, an account, a US dollar in every country where you are. Okay, you can open a USD account or a Euro account and all that kind of stuff. So in order when the transfer is happening, is pretty straightforward. Whether you put in your local currency, I am not sure 100%. I will ask Valentin about that if that is a possibility. But to be on the safe side, to be honest, I think it would be best if you have an international account in euros or in dollars and stuff. And every country provide that. Every country provide that. Now,
Marshall,
yes.
what if a person changed their passport later on because it expired? And how should they reflect it in the system, because the system doesn't give you a chance to change it?
Yeah, no, if your passport is expired, the system in future will be able to ask you to re-verify, because you can see even if our back office, which is not really automated, you might be able to re-verify with your passport. okay? But if you think in terms of, as long as you have verified at the beginning with your passport, which was valid, I don't think they will ask you again to re-verify, because like if you open a bank account, for example, in any country, I'm giving an example in the UK, you open a bank account, the passport I use as a verification with my bank account, they did not ask me to take the new passport again once I renewed, because it was valid. So I don't think that would be necessary, as long as you don't need to re-verify again, unless you want to change maybe an address as well, and then you have to go through the whole verification again, or unless there is a suspicion of some kind where they need to recheck again your verification, then you need to have the latest identity, which is the accurate data. Okay, so I don't know if I have answered your question, Dennis, but I don't think there will be a requirement, because this is like a bank account. There won't be a requirement to re-verify again with a passport. Again, if you submit a passport which is less than 3 months on expiry, it won't be accepted. Okay, it won't be accepted. So they will know at least the passport that you provide is more than, it's 6 months or more. So once they verify, it is okay, it is a valid. That's why we don't accept, or they don't accept the passport or any documentation that is going to expire within the 3 months or whatever. The same rules apply when you travel. To give you a visa, they tell you have to have at least 6 months in your passport to be able to travel or to request a visa. Now, if we go to the next slide, you can see here is important to check your messages in the back office of GUP. Okay, you need to pay attention, because sometimes the global unit support team, they will contact you, and it will be in your messages in there. So make sure you check that all the time. Okay, now this is really, once you've done that, this is the end of the verification process, and what you just need to do is just wait. Okay, if the verification, the documents you submitted, they're not correct, you will be contacted by email whether it's declined or not. Okay, sometimes they don't give you a reason, but what you need to do, you need to look again, maybe visit this video or maybe other videos of verification. Make sure you've done everything correctly. Okay, make sure you've done everything correctly. Now there is a process of recruitment or more customer support, so it has been slow, but in future we're going to have a lot more support team that is going to have kind of fasten a little bit of the process of verification, etc., etc. Okay, now if we move to the next slide, just recap on the webinars, summary webinars. They always talk about of what happened, and it's happening like at the end once a month, of what happened in the past month, where you get project news, a promotion. This morning, Alena, she was showing this information, and we have also closed webinars. Don't forget, we have closed webinar also that happen at the end of each month, where the financial department, you get financial department news in more details, investment valuation, etc. But there are training from ambassadors or project managers or the heads of department, like this one you had, that also happen I think it's like every 2 weeks. I'm not sure about the time. And there is also training that always happens. So make sure you invite people. Training from ambassadors, project manager, for all ambassador and local leader. This is only specific, this training is specific for training for local leaders and ambassadors and project managers, maybe head of department as well. So we're going to play now the next slide. They're going to play a video, the usual video that we're going to play. If the admins can play that video, that would be amazing.
любви твоей. Я знаю взлет на белых облаках побед по краю.
Жизнь дает возможность стать другим. С размаху страх, забудь его, он победим. Взлетая.
Новая экономическая эволюция мира. Измени весь мир на лучшее, чтобы жить на земле красиво. Новая экономическая эволюция мира. И настрой весь мир на лучшее, чтобы жить на земле счастливо.
День осветит новый мир людей. Вселенной сбрось навеки негативный лик. В забвенье
Дай своей мечте по венам пульс. Скорее верь, и Cryptounit твою жизнь изменит. Новая экономическая эволюция мира. Измени весь мир на лучшее, чтобы жить на земле красиво. Новая экономическая эволюция мира. И настрой весь мир на лучшее, чтобы жить на земле счастливо.
Наше будущее мира, счастье, радость и богатство. Мы единая команда, совладение и братство.
Будь смелее, будь же с нами, мы в одной великой теме.
Путь к финансовой свободе — это NEEW, это NEEW. Новая экономическая эволюция мира. Измени весь мир на лучшее, чтобы жить на земле красиво. Новая экономическая эволюция мира. И настрой весь мир на лучшее, чтобы жить на земле счастливо. И настрой весь мир на лучшее, чтобы жить на земле счастливо.
Great. We love this music, and I can't wait until when we make in English as well. But you still feel the vibe, even if you don't understand. Right. Okay. So this is the end. Basically, this is the end of the of today's training, and I hope that you have found value. I hope that if you have made mistake, you know where you have made mistake, and you can teach the people. And you can share this video around for people that can see step by step. If they are more visual, because you've got so many other videos that shows you again step by step how to do it. So we're trying to provide as many tools, as many resources as possible for you to have it easy. Okay. I would like to thank all the admins here, all the interpreters, all the people who have made sure that this happened flawlessly. Thank you, Dina, for helping out with the other part of the customer, and most importantly, for all of you, the attendees who spend time. And I know many other people they are playing with the exchange. It's a very exciting time for us. So I wish you a beautiful weekend, an amazing weekend, and I'll speak to you soon, guys. Ciao, ciao.